Julia, here I go. Cordray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. That's it.
Easy.
Are you an entrepreneur?
Of course. Yeah.
When you said it like, of course I am. How do you define an entrepreneur?
I feel like you're born with it. I think
yeah. Right from the beginning?
Oh yeah, like I was starting my first businesses when I was 7, and then I had a babysitting business when I was 14. I was so busy I had to hire my brother into it.
What was your 7-year-old business? What did you do at 7 years old?
I walked dogs.
That's a good business.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I met this individual in Chicago that does vertical walking, so it's all skyscrapers. Makes over $400,000 a year walking dogs.
I'm in the wrong career.
No, I think you're in the right career. I think you actually are right there at the point to where you've created something pretty amazing. But before we get there, a little background, why Canada? I mean, you love Canada, but
sure.
Why did you move up there?
So my mom's Canadian.
Okay.
She was born in Winnipeg, and she wanted to raise her kids in Canada. My grandparents bought us a house in the Okanagan, which is kind of like the Sonoma Valley of Canada.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You can't go wrong. Unfortunately, when I moved there, I was too young to obviously enjoy the wineries, but I love going back and visiting.
Do you still live in Toronto or up in Canada?
I do, yeah. I'm in Calgary.
You're in Calgary?
Yeah.
Well, Calgary's great too.
Yeah, it's...
Hey, I can wear a cowboy hat out there and feel comfortable, okay?
It is fun during Stampede.
It is, and there's a lot of mosquitoes, but that's another story. So you're up there, and you've dabbled pretty deep in the whole recruitment side of things,
That's right?
We might call it headhunting.
Yeah, sure.
But
yeah.
You're not satisfied with that industry, or do you love it?
You know, I actually entered that industry because I wanted to disrupt it, and I felt like it was just like an old school industry that needed some new techniques. And so with Career Fox, I ended up creating a proprietary recruitment process that leads to a 96% successful placement rate.
Wow.
So I used a lot of technology to source talent, screen talent, and that's what made us get on the map with recruitment.
Yeah, but let's face it, that industry is really a people relationship business.
It absolutely is.
Right?
Yeah.
So no matter what technology you've created, it's still about you getting out there.
That's right. Yeah, people have to know you, trust you, like you, refer business to you. Absolutely.
And that's important.
Is a relationship business.
As an individual, you go out there, make your mark as somebody that's trustworthy,
yes,
that people feel comfortable talking to, knowing that you're a connection point.
Yeah.
And that took some time to build up that reputation, right?
It does, yeah. It took 7.5 years.
It's a long time.
It is, yeah.
So where did that business get tiring for you?
I wouldn't say it ever got tiring. I just felt like my passion shifted once I came across the Peeple app opportunity.
All right, could we talk about this? Because you are kind of the talk of the town lately. And I'm not just talking ours, everywhere. Can I just oversimplify it for a second?
Sure.
Yelp reviews for people.
Yes, that's what we've been called, yeah.
Oh, really?
That's what we've been called, the Yelp for people, yeah.
Is that, you don't like that title?
Well, you know, I can't really defend it because I'm the one that started it.
Oh.
So I can't be upset. But, you know, just there's so many differences that we have compared to Yelp. Okay, so you're not anonymous on our platform. You're not at the mercy of all these fake reviews from your competitors trying to take down your business or anything like that. I love Yelp, but I think it can have some improvement areas.
That's fine.
And just like you can't compare people to restaurants, you can't really compare an online reputation management tool like ours to Yelp.
So I'm a big fan of what you're doing, but the reason why is because I'm a very transparent individual. I have no problem hiding who I am.
Right.
So someone like me completely benefits from this.
Absolutely.
You know, someone that uses social media as a transparent tool doesn't hide a persona over it.
That's fantastic.
Right? No,
yeah, you're the right person for
But
sure.
I don't know if I'm the typical person that would like to use it, because most people who would like to use yours are the ones that are trying to say, hey, I'm not that bad guy that everybody else hates.
What's great about the app is it's for anybody that wants to showcase their character or display their character to others, right? So somebody like you can get amazing recommendations, share them through your social media platforms. You can share your professional profile with anybody that you want outside of the app through text or email, you know, Facebook, Twitter. There's so many great things you can do that can help you manage your online reputation safely.
So I know that LinkedIn has tried to do this with their own rating side, recommendation side. Things like Clout has tried to do this with a Clout score.
Yeah, that's right.
There's tools that are out there, but in some ways you can gamify those and tweak them to what you want them to say.
Right, and we're finding, like, I love LinkedIn from a recruitment perspective.
Right.
but the endorsements are mostly false, right?
Of course
They're
they
from
are.
people that don't really know you. They're endorsing you. If you and I know each other on LinkedIn, I can endorse you for moonwalking. I mean, that's kind of silly.
Quite good at it.
You know, what I do appreciate about LinkedIn is it seems to be the most relevant place to find somebody's professional information. But if you can't find it, then what? Where do you go? How do you find out if that employee is the best person to hire? How do you find out if that person is safe to be around your children?
Well, how do you do
know?
it then? How would you do it in the old days? I mean, big recruitment firms like Korn
Right.
Ferry and all that, when they go after executives,
Yeah.
it was all word of mouth and
It
then
was.
interviews and
Reputation, right? They'd call anyone in that network, surround all the people that have that level of jobs, and they would talk to everybody. Who do you know that is the right fit for this if it's not you?
Right.
And it was all based on your reputation. So Johnny would recommend Sammy, and then the recruiter would call Sammy.
And how long would it take to say, you know what, Sammy is the name you brought up.
Right.
They are the right person. How long
Right.
would it take to really vet them out to realize they're right?
Right, and that's where the roulette comes in, because if a recruitment firm didn't do their best, you end up with a candidate and you won't know until 3 to 6 months in.
And
that's what's so hard.
Expensive then too,
Expensive
right?
mistake, yeah. If you mishire, it's going to cost you 2 to 3 times the annual salary.
So as you walk through this process, we
Yeah.
could see it's a lot.
Yeah.
You've created a platform now that almost does a lot of this for you, right?
That's right, yeah.
So
I
again-
love that you see that parallel is I'm still in recruitment.
You are.
I still have a recruitment tool, and it's just that next level. So
But you've opened it up for everybody.
Absolutely. So hiring managers, HR managers, business owners can go into the app, send messages to whoever they want to recruit talent. They can see their professional profiles to recruit the talent. It's fantastic.
It's Peeple.
You got it.
Right? It's like
Yeah.
peeping into somebody,
Yeah,
right?
we were originally called Peep. Actually, that was our original name, and there was an app that got launched in New York while we were still building our app, and so we actually had to change the name because they were called Peep, and so we changed it to People, which was
Well, I like
a
it.
better name anyway.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
But it kind of sounds like, what is that one app where women get to rank men?
Okay, let's talk about that. So that's Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu.
And Lulu is quite interesting because congratulations to Lulu. They
I got
just,
a 96, by the way, just to let you know. I'm pretty good. I'm
How
very
did
proud
you
of
get
it.
a 96? It's only out of 10.
Well, I got a 9.6.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is great.
9.6.
So congratulations to Lulu. They just got bought on February 9th for an undisclosed amount by Badoo, which is one of the world's largest
Baidu's
dating
huge, yeah.
companies, right?
Oh, Baidu, I didn't.
No, Badoo.
Oh,
different,
Badoo? I don't know what that is. Okay.
Badoo.
Oh.
I believe I spelled that right. So Lulu made it. And it was an app that allowed you to rate your ex-boyfriends anonymously. And then these ex-boyfriends would have to pay Lulu to find out what these women have said about them.
Which I did.
Which you did, okay. And, you know, it's so fascinating because an app like Lulu today would never get into the App Store.
Why not?
It would get rejected for rating people. So it's quite fascinating. So Apple has changed their terms and conditions, and we had a hard time getting into
Are you
the
in
App
there?
Store. We're in. We
Yeah,
launched a week ago.
But aren't you doing the same thing?
We're not rating, we're recommending people. And there is no score that's associated with you as a person. There's your people number, which is just a tally of the number of recommendations you receive. So Apple let us do that. But we originally had your people number as this complicated algorithm that looked at how positive you are in the app. It looked at how many recommendations you've received, how many recommendations you've written. It looked at everything and gave you a people score. And Apple did not like that.
You can incorporate it later.
Yeah.
You can do it later on. That's an upgrade. So as you go through what you have right now,
Yeah.
if I want to be on the app as
Right.
someone to be rated, can I do that, or am I automatically on there?
Okay, so we made some really important changes to the app based on that viral feedback we got last year. First and foremost, nobody can add you to the app.
Okay.
They can recommend you and tie it to your cell phone number, and then that recommendation lies dormant until you join the app, and then you can decide to publish it on your profile.
Can you take it off then too? If you get a whole bunch of negative reviews?
You can delete any of the recommendations. So here's the 4 changes. So you can, no one can add you to the app. You can deactivate your account at any time. You have full control over what goes live on your profile.
Really?
And then there's no longer a 5-star rating system. There's the people number.
But wait a second. I mean, I get what you're doing.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, does that stay truthful for the individuals then?
Totally fair. So I get that question a lot. We have future features that we plan on implementing
Okay.
to create a better user experience. So for example, the truth license. The Truth license allows you to upgrade the app, and you're able to see all the recommendations that were never published on
That's
people's
awesome.
profiles
This is
without
kinda like,
publicly shaming you.
No, I get it, but like LinkedIn, you pay for more advanced features as you pay as a
Exactly.
member. I love that. So you have a nice revenue model, part of what you're doing.
I hope so. I hope
do you
so.
mean you hope so? I know you get-
That's the goal, right? You gotta find, where is the value for your users, and if you create enough value, they're willing to pay for those features.
So as you, 1 week,
1 week.
1 week, Julia, as you go through this, you gotten some scrutiny.
Yeah.
I don't see this as a bad thing.
No,
No, I really don't.
At least we're worth talking about, right?
Well, not just that. I also bring this up because I think people that are concerned about who they are the ones that
Gonna
are
be held
concerned about that.
accountable.
That's exactly right. We go back
Yeah.
to that transparency
Yeah.
world that I think we're all going into no matter what.
That's right.
We're just kind of brainstorming. At least I think I've come up with a decent slogan or pitch for people. Do you like it, Julia?
I liked it, yeah.
We are the LinkedIn for the mobile generation.
That's fabulous.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. I go download the app, I publish my profile. Do you connect with all the social media tools out there so I could do a fast publish?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do a little Facebook,
Facebook, Twitter,
Bam, I'm out there.
email, text.
and I
Yeah.
alert all my friends now that I'm there.
You can invite your Facebook friends.
Tell me what you think about me.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly, yeah.
And the truth might hurt, but boy, could it be helpful.
Right, maybe you can make relationships stronger because you didn't know that something went wrong. And so constructive feedback is very helpful for somebody at your level in your
I
career.
love that, by the way. I know it's scary to some people.
Yeah.
But when you do this, it opens you up for, you're not saying bullying or harassment.
Absolutely not.
Right? Because me as the owner of my own profile can determine what publicly will be
That's
seen.
right. That's exactly right.
Right? Is there a cost for me as a user to publish myself?
Totally free.
So will there be a price for the HR individual or somebody on the other side to get deeper reviews?
That's right. Eventually, we will have licensing for
Smart.
the recruiters, the HR professionals, the business owners that don't necessarily want to be on the app, but they want access to your professional profile.
Peeple, P-E-E-P-L-E. That's where you go on the App Store and iOS and download the app. You've been around for about 10 days. What kind of criticism have you gotten?
I think I've heard it all.
Like what? And why do you think that has popped up? Let's talk about some of those.
When you cause such disruption or innovation, you're definitely not going to have everybody like you. Of
course not.
And when you're onto something big, there's sometimes fear.
Always.
And fear equals anger for some people. And so I think that that's just what we're experiencing is with the noise and with all the media, there's confusion.
Well, come on, tell us some of the stuff.
I don't like to give energy into people.
We're not giving energy. I just want to
Yeah.
show you how you combat it. So let me give you an
Yeah.
example. Travis Kalanick, who's got Uber, okay?
Yeah.
He's had death threats. And you know where
Okay,
he
fair enough.
is because he's disrupting an industry
That's
that's pretty
right.
legacy and's got problems, right?
Yeah.
You are disrupting what?
I am disrupting the reputation management space. I'm disrupting the ability to learn about people as quickly as possible and see real information based on people that actually know them.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
explain how big that industry is that you're disrupting. Reputation management, the companies that do this.
Yeah.
I know people that pay $50,000 to $100,000 a month to maintain a certain
Unbelievable.
reputation. These are Wall Street executives and so forth that create a persona that may not necessarily be accurate.
Right.
You're going into an industry that they want to protect those precious dollars they make on those people.
Right.
And you're giving it to the people
Right.
to create a rating system. I know you don't want to call it that.
Sure.
Of course you're going to get criticism.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
a big revenue source you're tapping into that
Fair.
you're eliminating for them.
Fair.
So how do you combat against that?
You know what? Things need to change, right?
Yes.
And it's going to be, if it's not going to be somebody like me disrupting, somebody else is going to do it. During the media attention that we had last October, we had 45 people, individuals, come forward and say, I was doing the exact same thing that you were building. But I'm not going to build it now because I can't beat your brand. Can I join your
Really?
team instead? Yeah, so
High five me, girl.
so
That's awesome.
I'm not the only crazy
It's a good
one
high
out there.
five. Wow.
I'm not the only crazy one out there that feels a need to build this. And we now have a global network around the world
Wait,
of
how long
people
have you
that
been
are
launched?
ready to join us.
How long have you been launched?
A week. So it's
How
been a
did you
week.
build it so fast?
Well, the media attention. Everybody came forward. They came out of the woodwork and the forest, and they're just like, "Hey, I want to join your team."
So it sounds like right now, I don't know the answer. You tell me. Are you looking for investors?
Absolutely.
It's like the best time to get involved with you right now because you've got that rocket ship
That's
straight
right.
up.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do people hunt you down for investing opportunities?
So they're finding me on LinkedIn. They can easily go to our website and fill out our contact form, and I will definitely get back to anybody that's interested in investing.
You'll find out,
in us.
right?
I will be on it. I will be
So
on it.
you're based in Canada, you said.
Yeah.
You're going to move down to California.
I'd like to, yeah.
What's it like being a woman entrepreneur in Calgary?
It's actually really great.
It's kind of a dude town.
It is, but it is really great too. I think Canadians and my fellow Calgarians are very respectful, and they're very excited about what I've built. And what's definitely interesting is there isn't a big tech hub in Calgary.
No, not at all.
So I'm proud of the other fellow tech people up there, like that are trying Trumpet and Petrofeed and companies trying to make it out there. I really appreciate that, and I think we have this mutual respect. But for me to stay in Calgary would be playing small for my company's
It's time
future.
to get out.
It's time for us.
You ready for it?
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
So I had last week on one of the co-founders of Coyote Ugly. You remember the saloon?
Oh, yeah.
The saloon started first.
I've been there in Vegas.
You've been to it, right?
Yeah.
But the saloon started first, and then the movie came from it, and then they have a bunch of them. And I've met a bunch of other very powerful, strong, confident women CEOs and entrepreneurs. And they all seem to suffer from a similar dilemma.
What's the dilemma?
They can't find good guys. Are you Are you in this similar situation?
Yeah.
Why is this the case?
Okay. Well, I think there's two things. One, we can be intimidating, right? We're not your traditional feminine woman that's gonna stay at home and necessarily raise the kids and cook everything. I mean, that's just doesn't
work anymore.
Not in alignment for some of us. And the second thing is, I think we're really picky, because we're so strong and we know what we want. We're very sure about what we want when it comes to men, and so those two just don't really line up that well.
I'm guessing the next date you go on, you're going to be using your own app to find out if that person's worth it.
That is exactly what you should do. All of those online daters should definitely go on the app to look people up to see, like, is this guy really 6 feet or is he 5'7"? Like, I mean, why are you lying about your height? And
I appreciate you hanging out with us. Thanks a lot. Again, people want to find out more. People on the App Store.
Yeah.
Download it.